Drastic new changes implemented in response to the coronavirus. This has now gone from something many only see in headlines to directly impacting all of our lives, and here is why. According to the CDC, there are more than 1,200 confirmed cases across 42 states and the nation's capital. More than a third of those cases are right here in Washington. Tonight, it's responsible for the deaths of 31 people. But for most of us, this is actually what we're seeing. Grocery stores raided for supplies. This was taken from inside the Ballard Trader Joe's just a few hours ago. Today, the governor announced the closure of schools. In the last 40 minutes, the state of Oregon has followed his lead. NCAA conference championships and March Madness, they were both canceled. And in the last few hours, the Space Needle announced it is suspending its operations through the end of the month. Now, team coverage tonight as we track the latest developments in the coronavirus outbreak. Let's start with KIRO 7's Gary Horker. Gary, so many parents who can't miss work are suddenly asking, what do I do with my kids for 6 weeks?
Monique, there's no other way to put it. This challenge suddenly facing so many hundreds of thousands of kids and their parents is just historic. It's unprecedented, and it calls for a community response. So places like the Boys and Girls Club here in Wallingford are responding. Starting tomorrow, the first 250 kids to walk through that door of that club will have their temperatures taken, and a caring staff will try to make the kids' lives feel normal.
And there's so many kids here.
For the next 6 weeks,
That's cool.
every Boys and Girls Club is expected to be filled to capacity.
The closest comparison I have is 9/11.
By state law, capacity is 250 kids. But while schools are shut down in Seattle and 3 counties,
Their kids can't be by themselves at home, and so they come here to get the care that this club can provide.
parents began scrambling to find a place for more than 600,000 students to go instead of school when Governor Inslee said he had no choice but to shut them down from Snohomish to King to Pierce counties.
Under this order, schools must close and end classes by the end of this coming Monday.
The governor said free school meals and even daycare would be available at some schools, but not all.
It's like a second home to me. I can't imagine what my life would be like if I didn't have this place as a resource.
So to keep up with the staggering cost of caring for, tutoring, and feeding thousands of kids,
we're probably going to be in the area of 1,500 to 1,800 kids a day.
King County Boys and Girls Club's CEO turned to Facebook.
With the closure of multiple school districts, 9 of our clubs are open today, filled with kids.
But there's almost 54,000 students out of school in Seattle alone. The clubs here say, bring it on.
How lucky are we to be in a position to be able to help out families, help out kids, help out our community? I mean, right? Everybody wants to do that. Everybody's trying to find a way to help right now. We have people trying to drop off food here, calling, people want to volunteer.
Well, they understand why the governor did this, because the governor said in plain facts today, if he didn't take this major step by May 12th, epidemiologists predict that 50,000 people possibly could become infected in our area. That's why, instead of going to school, if they come into the Boys and Girls Club, they take their temporal temperature and they check for any symptoms and make sure the kids are symptoms-free before they can stay here. And we're live tonight in Wallingford. I'm Gary Horker, KIRO 7 News.